امنیت کې ستر سلاکار وي ولسمشر سره لدندې مو ول استعفا وکړه.
اصلا موږ برای نام مشاورین دلته یو سلسله سیستماتیک د فحشا د ترویج لپاره په خپل پارک کې کار کوي.
څو ګروپ پارک کې فعالیت کوي مشخصا څو ډلې دي څو نټورک دي؟
ولا د فضلي ګروپ ډیر فعال ګروپ ده. موږ داسې مېرمنې وکیلان د کابل نه لرو چې 1500 رای باندې کامیاب کړي.
یعنی رای
قطعا معیار نه و قطعا معیار نه و همدغه روابط
که چېرته بیا هم تاسو نه غوښتنه وکړي چې په انتخاباتو کې کمپاینونو کې ورسره ملګري شئ کار وکړئ څه به وکړئ؟
په هیڅ وجه اشتراک هم د کومه تا ګناه ګڼي.
All that shortly, but we start off this edition with some news from Afghanistan, where widespread corruption allegations have been leveled against the Afghanistan President Ashraf Ghani. And in a shocking revelation now coming in, a former special security advisor to the president has gone on record to say that the presidential palace asks women for sexual favors. You heard that right. In an interview given to an Afghanistan news outlet, Ghani's former aide has claimed that sexual favors are asked for in exchange for a minister's seat or for becoming a member of parliament. That's the revelation that's come in that interview with the Afghanistan news channel. It's a shocking revelation there coming in from the former special security advisor to the president. He's gone on record to say that the presidential palace there asks women for sexual favors in exchange for a minister's seat or for becoming a member of parliament. Let's get in further details and perspectives now from Afghanistan journalist مريم وردګ joining us on the broadcast. Thanks very much, مريم, for speaking with us here on WION World is One. You were someone who's worked within the presidential palace for several years, for about 4.5 years. If you can react for us to that revelation that has been made now by the former special security advisor and elaborate for our viewers what you saw yourself when you were working there as well.
Okay, for the record, I'm not a journalist. I'm an analyst. I was formerly a strategic communication advisor to the National Security Advisor, former and current. So the Special Security Advisor and AIDA camp, one may take General Ahmedzi's interview as someone scorned that understanding the issues he brought up and highlight reflect reality. Presidential palace is the center of government. Anything that is happening in the palace is a reflection of how President Ghani's government is run. Unfortunately, General Ahmedzi enumerated that many pervert and corrupt activities that supposed individuals have a stranglehold of Ghani's government. This said, we have to bring attention that unfortunately and saddening, this has become a rallying cause for the Taliban and Islamic jihadists. I believe that Afghan women should be concerned that the actions of very few could result in the cause of strengthening application of Sharia as well as traditional archaic customs of isolating and denying the progress of Afghan women. So in my personal experience, I tried my best when I was at the Office of the National Security Council for my attire and my image to be extremely modest, culturally and religious attire, appropriate with no makeup. Perception
for several years now, as you're telling us as well. The concern here is that many people within the presidential palace who are currently working there would perhaps be absolutely fearful of speaking out in view of the action that possibly could be taken against them as well. So which is why all of this is kept under the wraps, it seems.
Yes, of course. Obviously, if anyone speaks out against the presidential palace, then they're ostracized, as General Ahmedzai is an example. And then there's an active campaign to discredit them. This interview possibly could expose me to a defamation campaign as well. So if we look at the actual, if you reflect on the interview, General Ahmedzai is scorned because he was also a candidate for parliament, and he had all these documentations as he was one of the finalists, and that the list of final winners went to President Ghani, and President Ghani checked off on who should be and who shouldn't be in the final list. There was an active social media campaign, and there were certain candidates who were parachuted in, where real candidates with the constituency are now manifesting in front of the presidential walls for votes to be recounted. These incidents, unfortunately, these are the incidents that cause people to come out and speak. I wish that they would come out before. But yes, maybe there are certain activities that are taking place that others can't mention for the fear of what the repercussions will be.
All right, we're going to leave it there for the moment. مريم وردګ, appreciate very much for joining us on the broadcast and